At one point in my life, something strange happened to me. Good moments stopped feeling good. I could achieve something I really wanted and feel nothing 10 minutes later. I could be surrounded by people and still feel disconnected from everything. Even the things I used to love felt emotionally distant. And the worst part, nothing was technically wrong. And that's what made it fucking terrifying. Because when people imagine losing themselves, they imagine chaos, drama, Hollywood. But sometimes, losing yourself feels incredibly normal. You still wake up, still function, still love sometimes, but life just starts feeling empty. And I think a lot of people are experiencing this today more than we realize. There was a moment I remember very clearly. I was sitting alone after a long day, and I suddenly realized I had spent weeks moving from one distraction to another without actually feeling present in my own life. Every day looked the same. Wake up, consume, escape boredom, sleep, repeat. And slowly, I started noticing something dangerous. I stopped looking forward to things, not because I was depressed in the dramatic sense. I just couldn't genuinely feel meaning anymore. Achievements felt temporary, conversations felt shallow, even happiness felt brief and artificial. It's like my brain forgot how to connect emotionally to life itself. I think modern life accidentally creates this state. It's not because society wants us to feel empty, but because everything around us trains us to chase stimulation instead of depth. We consume too much, too fast, entertainment, information, opinions, noise, and eventually the mind becomes desensitized. It's similar to how people stop appreciating music when it's constantly playing in the background. When everything is intense all the time, nothing feels intense anymore. That's why people today often feel emotionally tired, even when they haven't physically done much. Their minds never truly rest, never reflect, never process, and over time that creates a strange emotional flatness. Not intense sadness, just emptiness. Honestly, when I first discovered nihilistic ideas, they felt weirdly comforting. I mean, the idea of nothing matters just feels freeing at first. Because if nothing matters, then failure loses its weight, embarrassment loses its power, pain becomes easier to detach from. It feels like emotional protection. It's like lowering the volume of life so nothing can hurt you too deeply. But what nobody talks about is the price you pay for that mindset. Because when you disconnect yourself from pain, you also disconnect yourself from meaning. You stop feeling the lows, but eventually you stop feeling the highs too. And that's where numbness begins. I think the most dangerous part about nihilism is that it doesn't always look destructive. Sometimes it looks peaceful. You stop caring too much, you stop expecting too much, you stop believing too much. And in a world full of disappointments, that feels safe. But the soul needs meaning, just like the body needs food. Without it, something inside starts collapsing, not loudly, quietly. You begin existing instead of living. I don't think the answer is pretending life is perfect. It's not. People suffer. People lose themselves. Life can be unfair and chaotic. But I also don't think that humans were built to live believing that absolutely nothing matters. Because the moments that make life feel real were never logical. Love isn't logical, art isn't logical, memories aren't logical, but they give life emotional weight. And maybe meaning was never meant to be found somewhere out there. Maybe it's something we create ourselves through what we choose to care about. And maybe that's why so many people today feel empty, not because life has no meaning, but because modern life slowly disconnects them from the things that make them feel alive at the first place. Nihilism doesn't always destroy people dramatically. Sometimes it just slowly removes the color from their lives. Thanks for watching. If you want more content like this, subscribe, drop your thoughts in the comments. Until next time.